Hello friends, in last lecture we use constructor and static function. Now let us see the concept of garbage collection with destructor function. Actually this process is optional in .NET because whenever stack is full or memory is getting full, then automatically compile these all the objects from memory. But you want to create, or if you want to handle such method forcefully, then you can use garbage collection. What is the concept? Let us see. If you have a number of objects in memory, suppose by using your program, through your program, you have declared 5 objects. Out of these 5 objects, if you want to remove 2 objects from memory, then simply assign that object is equal to null. After assigning null value, thread is generated by the processor. But this thread is only point to a unwanted object. But if you want to remove such object from memory, then you have to call one method. That method is collect method, and that method is stored under the garbage collection class. Okay, whenever this method get invoked, then objects removed from memory. Let us see how the process will happen. While designing any program, we have a number of object, or we have constructed number of object. But after utilization, if we want to destruct this object, then in .NET only or simply you can make unwanted object is equal to null. After using this null value, thread is generated, and this thread is remove object from memory after by successfully calling garbage collections collect method. Okay, but as I have said, it is optional in case of .NET because if you don't use this method, then also such objects removed from memory whenever the processor is idle or if the stack is full. Okay, then how to write destructor function? Destructor function is responsible to perform memory management, but by using gc.collect method. By use like a constructor function, destructor function is also automatically called when you use a collect method of garbage collection class. But the characteristic of constructor and destructor are same because the name of the class is same as destructor function. Therefore, how to identify which function is constructor and which one is destructor? For that purpose, you have to use here tilde symbol. Tilde symbol used for destructor function. Let us see an example. Here we have a simple class, class 1. In this class, we have two attributes, first name and last name. Here we use static counter. Okay, within the constructor, here we have parameterized constructor accepting two parameters, first name and last name. The value of app is stored at app name private member, and value of l will store at the last name. And whenever object is created, then let us give increment to counter plus plus. Okay, just for our convenience, just display here message employee object constructed and display the details of object. Okay, now write a destructor function. It is also by default public function, but start with tilde symbol. Then give decrement to counter and give here one message. This message helps us to check whether the object is going or whether the object is destruct or not. Okay, and if you want to check a current value of counter within program, then simply write here static method. This method will return current value of counter. Now here is the program. First declare object 1, that is E1, and object 2, that is E2. It has value first name last name, first name last name. We have two objects here. After declaration of object, let us see the value of counter because within constructor we have given increment to counter. Okay, But here, if you want to remove first object from memory, then simply mark unwanted object to a null. Okay. But whenever you mark object by using null, then only thread is generated. That is, there is no actually calling of destructor function. Therefore, again you want to check the value of counter. It is 2 because only unwanted object thread is generated to mark a unwanted object. Then forcefully call the GC method. Uh, Forcefully call the garbage collection method. Okay. Then this method is responsible to actually remove object from memory. But if the processor is in idle stage, then let us busy our compiler with any other process, because before before executing this process, compiler being finished the first process. Therefore, immediately garbage collection is performed and we got the perfect result. Okay. Now, after executing collection method, let us say the current value of counter. For example, here we have two objects. Therefore, current value of counter is 2. After there is also 2. But after successfully executing garbage collection, we got value is 1. Okay. After that, let us remove the second object also. Simply mark it with null character, null value. Now the value is same. After calling system.gc, again here write a code for executing number of times delay. Okay. When our compiler want to perform this process, before that compiler successfully perform the collection collect method. Okay, then here all objects are removed from memory, therefore the value of counter is compulsory 0. Okay, let us see the constructor, the two objects bubbly doubly sony money. Okay, after instantiation the value of counter is 2. After passing null it is also true. But whenever you calling system.gc, then what happen here? Automatically destructor function get invoked because this message is under destructor function. Then if you want to check the value of counter, then it is 1. Again, after marking second object with null, the value remains same. But again, after calling after calling garbage collection method, then again automatically destructor get invoked and the value is 0. That is, all objects successfully removed from the memory. Okay. But as I have said, it is not a compulsory process, but you can perform the memory management by forcefully using system.collect method. Thank you.